I picked up the shade number 20, which is light beige, and this is considered yellow undertone. This is the bottle. And I'm going to start by using it with the Heavenly Luxe foundation brush. I'm going to start one side with the Heavenly Luxe, and then I think I'm going to try the other side with the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki, just to see how it applies. A bit thicker in consistency. As you can see here, it's really not moving, very, very little. So I am just going to take the foundation brush, and I'm going to start, let's see, maybe I'll start this way. I think this was a good color match for myself. It looks just a little bit lighter right now in terms of the lighting, so we'll see how it turns out when I'm done, obviously, applying everything. But so far, I like the texture. Definitely fuller coverage. You could see that it is fuller coverage because of the way it's holding on to the skin. But right now I feel like it's laying down, the product is laying down really nice. Maybe I could have went one shade darker, I'm not sure, but let's see how this goes. Definitely a little different than the other foundations that I have that are full coverage. You're definitely getting, you could see that it's blending into the skin really, really well. The only thing I'm noticing though is that it is attaching to the skin in certain spots, not like patches, no. I see that, you know, maybe it's a little, no, maybe not, maybe just a little because I'm a little dry. So now I'm going to take another pump, and I'm going to use the Sigma 3DH Kabuki. Let's see how this, oh, I like the way this is applying so much better. You know, I do love the Heavenly Luxe It Cosmetics brush, but there are times when it doesn't really apply every single foundation great, but it's overall such a good brush. So this, I can see right now, the way it's laying down the product is beautiful. It moves around really nice, whereas a lot of foundations don't really do that when they're fuller coverage. It's like when you're going to move it, like right now as I'm taking the brush, I can see that the product is moving nicely with it. It's not just staying in one area. Another pump. I want to see how it looks when it just gets a little bit fuller. And what I'm going to do is dot it. I'm gonna start to like stipple it on, see how that goes. This is really pretty for full coverage foundation. I love it. I think that this is really nice. The only thing is it is a little drying, so it's full coverage with, you know, obviously that matte look. So as you get closer to the mirror, you might see actually just in certain dry spots, I could see that it's adhering there a little bit more, which is typical when you have a full coverage foundation that's a little bit more on the matte side. Guys, I am back, and I have to tell you that this is a very pretty foundation. This is a very nice full coverage foundation. The only thing I noticed in the mirror when I was doing my makeup is that it was a little, I could see the full coverage here, but then as I continued to do the rest of my makeup, it was gone. It just disappeared. So, you know, typically when I do put on full coverage foundations, immediately I'll know if it's going to cake up because of the 11s that I have right here, and it starts to build, like it starts to build up into the creases right away here on my 11s, and it has not done that yet. As a matter of fact, it kind of blurred it out. So for a full coverage foundation, that is a major score right there just for that alone with my 11s. But it gives an even clean slate to the skin. It is full coverage but not overdone, and it just really makes the skin look beautiful. It is more on the matte side, does have a little bit of a powdery finish when it does go on the skin. As you're applying your makeup, you will see that it is more matte with that, you know, cashmere kind of effect of that look to it on the skin. So you will notice that when you take a look at it. But overall right now for full coverage foundation, I think that this is absolutely beautiful. I don't even know if the camera is picking up the coverage the way it should. So I'm just gonna turn and go, you see how like it just has this nice finish to it, and it just, like, it really doesn't look as cakey as I thought it was initially when I first put it on. Now, I don't have a super moisturizing face cream on, so I don't know if that has a lot to do with it, but I don't really notice already that it's really not adhering to certain parts of the skin, whereas typically would. So you always have to be careful with full coverage foundations because sometimes that will happen. But you know, as of right now, I think the coverage is absolutely beautiful. I am very happy with it, and I'm going to give it the whole day. I'm going to see how it really stays on. So I'll check back with all of you in a few hours. This way you can have like my full thoughts on the product itself if you're interested in a full coverage foundation. Hey everyone, so now at this point I have had the foundation on for 7 hours. It has not moved. I don't feel that it got cakey. The only thing that obviously has really moved on me is my under eye concealer, and I have no lipstick on, but so far the foundation has stayed intact. This is definitely long wearing. It is definitely full coverage, but not cakey. I do feel that as the first hour went on, I started to notice that the foundation was looking a drop more like my own skin as I was looking in the mirror. The coverage is beautiful. It's definitely long lasting, and I have to tell you, I am very, very happy with this foundation. It looked a little dry in certain areas, but not really like dry patches. If anything, it was just, I guess, because of the full coverage, it had a little bit of that look to it, but it certainly did not feel dry. So, you know, I overall, I think that this is such a nice foundation, especially when you need a full coverage foundation for a special event, or if you just want full coverage in general. This is a great way, a place to start, because the full coverage, first of all, no oils came through. Looks fantastic. My 11s right here are not, like, a lot of times the foundations really get like stuck in that area. I didn't have that at all here, and it just looked nice. I just had a clean finish to my skin all day. Overall, I'm really, really happy with this foundation. I think that this is a really good full coverage foundation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know your thoughts if you've tried the Natasha Denona Foundation X. All right, everyone, I'll see you in my next video.